October 29th. Dear son, went to town in a show yesterday. Got your letter saying you had a day of rest. I know you do really need them. And I feel for you and would help you if there was any possible way. So if my poorly written and short letters help, you can be sure they will keep coming. Maybe a few more than has been. Sure would like to meet Ross. So when this old war is over, just you bring him over and we will celebrate with ice cream and chicken and all the trimmings. Be careful and write. Love, Mother.
November 21st. Bombed the oil plant at Mercerburg. Just the name scares one, and we hit it at 20,000 feet. Heavy clouds from about 17 to 30. We went up and down trying to find an opening. Formation in clouds is tough, and vertigo was bad. The flak was intense and accurate. I gave up getting out alive and got mad, really cussed out those jerrys, the weather, and everything. I could not believe it when the flak stopped. Heavy battle damage, but only one ship lost. Fighters were looking for us, so we stayed in clouds back to friendly lines. This trip has taught me a lot. How much a B-17 can take, formation in clouds, and such damn luck. Wow.
Dear Kleebert, received the letter that you wrote October 29. You had 17 missions to your credit. Sure glad to hear from you. I am sorry I haven't written more often. Guess it will be after Christmas when you get this letter, and I hope Germany will collapse before then. I know she sure is catching hell about now. Well, son, make your stay in England exciting. Enjoy yourself. See all you can. For someday you'll have to come home and be on your own, and then you'll say, well, I had fun the other day when I was helping make this America free, for your son or daughter maybe. When you go out over Germany, just go out with the intention of coming back. Keep smiling. Keep flying. Your dad.
On November 25th, 1944, 35 planes from the 351st again attacked the oil refinery at Merseburg. Due to heavy cloud formation and low visibility, bomb dropped using a top-secret technology in the lead plane known as Pathfinder, or PFF, an early form of radar.
This version, which is the Pathfinder had a radome where the other planes had a ball turret on the belly. That was a top-secret thing for World War II, to actually have radar aboard an aircraft. And the Pathfinder was the lead plane in the formation of a squadron that went out. And sometimes they would lead over 100 aircraft out together with a Pathfinder leading the way on the front. Pathfinder made bombing available possible for day and night, and also for overcast or not.
November 25th, bombed Merseburg, Pathfinder formation from 26,000 feet. Flak was intense but fairly inaccurate. Bandits reported, but none seen. Air medal was second cluster. Going strong.
None of us were medal happy. We didn't much care if we got medals or not. The way we looked at it then and the way we look at it now is there was absolutely nothing heroic about what we did. We were well trained, and we did what we were supposed to do, and acted honorably, and did our job. We were scared to death half the time, but it wasn't heroic. We just did what we were trained to do.
November 27th. Dear Mother, another late letter, but I've been really busy. Awfully tired, but rested up some today. However, flew today on a practice mission. Crutch lets me fly the plane, so I always go along. Having 19 missions now. Did some more painting on our ship, then we took some pictures, but it's so hard to get them developed. While I remember, I received the air medal again. That makes an air medal with 2 oak leaf clusters. It really looks nice on my chest. Oh yes, Pike got a letter from a friend of ours in Louisiana who said that he had heard that Ross and I had gone down over Germany. So if you get that letter, don't let it scare you. It was a mistake somewhere. Remembering you always. All my love, Kleebert.
November 29th. Bombed oil plant at Merseburg. Flak moderate and inaccurate. Had over 1,000 fighters with us, and the Jerry stayed on the ground. 46 below zero today. My second oak leaf cluster. I'm a first pilot now, though still flying with crutch, and hope to continue.
It was very cold at altitude flying. Understand now, these airplanes weren't like modern day airplanes now. We had no heaters on the airplane, and we had no pressurization. So we had to wear oxygen masks most all the time, and also to combat the cold, we had electric flying suits.
In early December, the 351st attempted to reduce German morale by bombing Berlin.
Now, oddly enough, much of this bombing was called anti-morale bombing by the British. Those bombs that really were targeted for civilian areas. And what studies have shown since right after World War II is that this anti-morale part of the bombing, it tended to reinforce what the Nazi line about the Western attitudes was. That is to say that the Allies are evil people who do terrible things to civilians, and so you should fight to the bitter end.
I mean, it was really evident to us what we were doing, but we were just doing it. We were ordered to do it, and that was all there was to it. And that was just pushed into us in our training to obey orders. To hell with your personal thoughts, just obey orders. So really, that's all we were doing. But
December 5th, the Big B. Yep, Berlin. Bombed a tank factory through the clouds. Flak was moderate, but a tracking barrage. Kinda disappointed, but not much.
Unbeknownst to Purvis, while flying over Berlin, a small piece of flak smashed through the Lucky Jules ball turret, wounding Pike in the leg. The wound was minor, so Pike neglected to report it for fear of being taken off the crew. Although Crutcher and Purvis had great respect for one another, differences in style, plus the pressures of battle, led to serious tensions between pilot and co-pilot.
well, we went into one target. I cannot remember at this time which target it was, but after bombs away, our bomb bay doors would not close. Well, at that time, if a plane, or previous to that time, if a plane was unable to keep up with the formation, they would drop the wheels, drop out of formation. That was an indication to everybody that they were leaving formation and they were going to go down for an emergency landing. That was supposed to indicate to the Germans also that we were giving up, that the crew was actually just calling it quits. And so when Crutch dropped the wheels and said we were going down, that it was all over with us, I just immediately reached over and flipped the switch, wheels up. And I said, Crutch, for Christ's sakes, what are you doing? I said, we can't go down. He said, we can't keep up with formation with the bomb bay doors down. And I said, I know we can't keep up with formation. Let's go back. Let's just, on our own, get out of formation and head back. I think we can make it. We've got a chance. And he looked at me and he says, who's flying this goddamned airplane? He said, if you're flying it, you take it. And he shoved the control stick clear to the firewall. Well, that put the plane in a real deep dive. But I pulled it back out of the dive and got it straightened out. Got it heading from the navigator, Hunter, to head back toward France to get across friendly lines. Well, from there on, we alternated flying on back to the base, and that incident was never brought up again between he and I. It was just never mentioned.
December 6th. Dear Mother, I wrote yesterday, but never got a chance to mail it. Got in 21 missions over Germany now. I also got your third package today. Thanks. Christmas will be swell, even though it'd be so much better if I were home. I opened the second package and didn't find the pipe, so couldn't help opening the other one. Thanks for everything. I really like the tobacco pouch. It's really just what I needed. P.S. Don't worry about my Christmas with packages opened already. Everyone else does the same. Sure hope you have a nice Christmas. Love, Kleebert.